What is up, boys? My name is Berate, and welcome to day 11 of uploading a video every single day for the month of July. Let's take a look at the comment for this video. Today's comment coming in from SweetieX787. Demand good team comp for next video. Okay. If he demands it, he demands it. Let's get into it. I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what kind of background footage I'm going to have for this like segment or for like this whole video. So I'm just going to be playing a Swift play as I yap. So team composition. Team composition is a pretty important thing to understand, especially if you're running like a premier team or something, or even if you're trying to, figure out like a team comp in ranked. But this is sort of really more for like premier teams because I'm an advocate for one tricking in ranked. But there's like a couple different types of team compositions that you can go for. SO flash. Oh yeah, and there's nobody there. Wait. Oh. There are people there. Never mind. I just suck. Anyways, I think I blinded like 3 with that flash, and I just couldn't capitalize. Anyways, so with team compositions, there are 5 different roles that you need to fill on a team composition. 5 separate roles that every team composition needs. Number 1 is smokes. You always need smokes on a team composition. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you think you're him, Tens, and the reincarnation of Prime, Ye, and Demon 1. You need smokes. Always on team composition. Number 2 is you need flashes. You need some kind of flashes. You need some kind of crowd control. Your Teho nades are good. Breach stuns. You need something to control the space. You need something to put your opponents at a disadvantage so that if you were to go into a fight with them, you have that advantage going into it. Number 3. Third thing you need with team compositions is you need some kind of recon. You need information. This can come from a Sky Dog. This can come from a Sova drone. This can come from I don't know, Skydog, Sova drone, something to give you guys information. Information is the third thing you need. And the fourth thing that you need is going to be some kind of map control. Map control being a sentinel, normally. A sentinel, or it could be like chamber post up with an operator. Doesn't matter. You need some kind of map control. The fifth thing that you need in any team composition is a duelist, hard entry. You need someone to flex as well, but that's a little bit more of like advanced team composition. The fundamentals of team composition is you need those 5 things filled. You need smokes, you need recon, you need flashes, you need hard entry, and you need map control. If you have those 5 things, your team composition is going to be heat. Now, what agents those things fill entirely depend on the map. If you're playing on Ascent, you're gonna want your smokes to probably be something like Omen or Brimstone, and you're gonna want your recon to be Sova, and you're gonna want your map control to be a Killjoy, for example. If you were playing on a map like Breeze, brother, shut up, team. I don't care. Anyways, if you're playing on a map like Breeze, you're gonna want Viper as your controller. As much as I hate Viper, Viper is the best option for Breeze. You're going to want Viper on Breeze. You're going to want, probably like a Jet for a hard entry. You're going to want, someone like a Teho or a Sky for, hard information and CC, right? Like, you have options. That saw me? But yeah, you want to make sure that your team composition matches the map. Now, I'm an advocate that you can play any agent on any map and you can make them work. However, if you are working in a coordinated team environment, I full blinded myself. If you're working in a, wow, I suck. If you're working in a coordinated team environment, you want to make sure that you are playing to the map's meta. I know I'm an advocate for one tricking, but that is for ranked. If you're playing on a team, you need to make sure that you're actually playing the optimal characters for the maps. That's like team composition 101. A little bit more advanced is flexing. The flex role is normally assigned to the sentinel. The sentinel can kind of just flex to whatever role he needs to. He can just fill whatever the team needs him to fill. That is sort of the job of the flex role. So even though that's not like a hard role that's in one of the 5, sometimes your sentinel and map control can double as a flex, but sometimes if you have an Omen, your Omen's going to be your flex. He's going to be kind of your fill. Let's say your duelist dies, then your Omen would take over hard entry, etc. Right? Let me just go for something here. Wow. I obviously need to practice with my Yoru a little bit. By the way, I'm not focused on this game at all, so if you're wondering why I'm like playing so bad, I'm focused on talking, and this is mainly just background footage. Live commentary is not one of my strong suits. I'm not sure how you know, someone like Charlatan does it. Live commentary is not my forte. Anyways, now let's get into a little bit more advanced team composition. Advanced team composition is something like you're running like a double sentinel setup or a double smoke setup. And this is entirely map dependent. You would want to run those like wackadoodle team compositions just purely based off of what you think the map needs and any reads that you have. So let's say you want to run a double controller setup on Pearl. The reason why you want to run a double controller setup on Pearl, it would be something like a Viper and a Harbor. Reason being is that Viper's issue is that she doesn't have much versatility with her smokes. It's kind of set and forget. Harbor has those versatility with the smokes. So Harbor covers Viper's weaknesses. That's why double controller comps work with Viper. Also, by the way, my issue there and the reason I died was because, back to secondary threat theory, I was the primary threat because I was making footsteps. If I was shift walking up, guarantee you that Neon's back would have been turned to me. Anyways, analyzing my own game as I play it. Anyways, pro tip I'll give y'all for free. That's something y'all should be doing in your games. Analyze your games as you're playing them. If you die and you realize why you died, say it out loud. Say, oh yeah, I died there because XYZ. Anyways, back to the example double controller on Pearl. So if you're playing double controller on Pearl, then the idea behind it is on defense, you're going to be having permanent smokes on B. B is really difficult to retake and to hold for the defense on Pearl, and the offense knows that, so the offense is going to be going B a lot on Pearl. So what's going to happen is oftentimes what coordinated teams are going to do is they're going to run a Viper Harbor comp just to always have a wall up on there to make that site more difficult to hit and funnel them into the Sentinel setup, normally with a Killjoy or a Cypher on A. That's an example of a wackadoodle team composition, but the thing with those team compositions is you're leaving a hole. If you don't have a character to fill like something, so let's say you sacrifice having a Sky for a second controller. You're not going to have flashes, or you're not going to have recon, or you're not going to have both. Generally, when you're going for these like wackadoodle team compositions, it's normally the initiator that gets, you know, caught in the crossfire, and it's the initiator that normally gets cut out of the team composition. And you're going to need to figure out how to play without recon, figure out how to play without what's it called? You're going to need to figure out how to play without recon. You're going to need to figure out how to play without flashes, etc. So that's also something to keep in mind when you're using wackadoodle team compositions. If you have a off-meta team comp, you are going to be having a hole somewhere that your flex player is going to need to fill. So if you're lacking information, not really sure what Omen can do about that, but if you're lacking information, maybe you can have your jet dash in and you know, look around or something, right? Information's hard to fill, but flashes are pretty easy to fill. So if you have flashes, that's good. Anyways, yeah. That's about it for like the theory behind team composition. Sorry if this video isn't as crazily edited as you thought. I just got done with like 2 different coaching sessions today, and I'm recording this video kind of late at night, and I still need to you know make a thumbnail for it and stuff. But hopefully this helped you out. Yeah, it's gonna be it from me. This has been Berate. Remember to brush your teeth today. Bye bye.